Hello and welcome to episode 106 of Unqualified Game Chat. I am your host, Azario Lopez, and with me today is the very festive, very cuddly, very warm Spencer, the Legacy.
Hi, everyone. Hope you've all been well.
Somebody's commented that I talk 90% of the time, and it's true.
It's true. I'm really like, it's just because I don't know. You're more of a leader-ish kind of.
I am the host. You're a guest host every week.
I'm the guest host every week, just like my idol, Greg Turkington.
Just the guest host.
I'm the expertise.
I will say to my defense, I have so much to say.
That's true.
And literally no one to talk about it with. And I get so excited for this weekly digest of word vomit that I'm allowed to do on this show.
Yeah, I don't mind at all.
Yeah, and Spencer's just the type to appreciate a little bit of word vomit.
You know, once in a while when you get to hang with people who like they're on like the same wavelength. Like I watched the Game Awards with my friend Aiden, and we were both like, oh, we can both be like bitchy because we both know a lot about games, so we can be like snarky and we'll get each other's quips. It's like that. Where it's like, oh, you don't have to hide your power level.
Have you ever covered an event like with you and a couple other writers, and you guys are all in like a room or something watching it,
like,
live watching it? I'll take I always hate when there's that one person though, and you're trying to write, and there's that one person that is just a little too excited.
Yeah.
But you're not watching it because
it's his game. You're like,
oh fuck, shut up. Crash Bandicoot was released in.
Yeah.
I gotta find fluff. Give me fluff.
The synopsis for the game is this.
It's like 3 sentences underneath the YouTube.
The video description said, "Come to the
I got 800 words. That's the. We'll get into it later today or later in this episode, but that's gonna be our premise for this episode is the Game Awards and I guess what we've been doing. Have you been up to anything? Have you?
I beat Star Wars Outlaws.
Congrats.
That was fun. Good
Are you an outlaw?
No, you see, as Azario knows, I'm a chronic people pleaser.
Ooh.
I finished the game with every crime syndicate being an excellent. No one disliked me at the end of the game. I did enough contracts and spent so many hours making sure that no one was mean to me.
I have a friend like that but it's super frustrating to watch him play games like Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Because he's too good where he will never steal anything. He'll never like pickpocket people. Even when he's like exploring things, he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to touch that." It's very frustrating to watch good guy
he's
gamers.
He's the kid who followed like in GTA would like follow the traffic lights.
The traffic lights.
You'd be like, "Okay, it's green, I can go." And it's like, "What are you doing?" I'm bad in terms of like I need the characters to like me, but if I can get away with like stealing something or like whatever. I'm like, "Oh, my mind is gamified enough that I can be like, oh, there's no consequence for this. Oh, I can do this." So
I remember doing as a kid driver. I did the stop sign for. I was like, I'll just try to drive like a normal person. But also when Vice City came out, I remember how cool it was that the cars didn't disappear as soon as you left the screen. So I spent one time 2 hours just parking cars in this one garage.
Yeah.
But like not my garage, just a parking garage near the mall in that game, and I just
would just take thing to do. I did that with Oblivion where the bodies wouldn't disappear, and I would I'd fight someone in a room and kill them, and then I would move all the objects around, and then I would leave the room and come back in, and they would all spawn like just above where they're supposed to. All go. And I would do that so frequently because I thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, before online, I think gaming just had you had to find the fun sometimes.
Yeah, and it was, with games like Driver and Oblivion where like physics and shit were were so big. I remember like GTA Online. I never really played it, but I had a friend who did, and you could like there was a swing set thing in GTA 4 where if the swing hit your car, you would go flying. So everyone would like line up at the swing and like everyone. There was so much shit you did for no reason, just because it was funny. And
Yeah,
like that's
that's
I wonder if that still happens. I don't know.
well, no, because kids have Fortnite now.
Yeah, that's
Kids
true.
have like games that are constantly rewarding. There's no end game. You know, you don't
Yeah,
beat it and they're like, "Oh, I have this whole world now to explore." You know,
yeah.
I can only like imagine what I don't know how when a kid today discovers that games aren't just a circle, they're more
Yeah, they're
linear.
finite.
Yeah, there's and that's my gamer brain is I can't really play games that don't have an ending. It just it it gives me anxiety a little bit. Like,
Yeah, even if it's really far out, like something like Final Fantasy 14, where you're like, eventually there'll be an ending. I'm like, okay, I can, as long as there's like an ending at the end of the road, even if the road's really far, I can pretend I'll get there. But yeah, like the only thing I can really play like online unlimited is like I'll play Fortnite with my brother. But like most things with battle passes and shit, I'm just like, oh, I don't feel anything. I don't feel when you beat a game, you're like, yeah, I beat it. Nice.
I'm trying to play a mobile game, and this is the first mobile game that I've ever played since maybe Final Fantasy Record Keeper. I put a lot of time.
One.
Yeah, Brave Exvius I kind of played a little bit, but this one is Girls Frontline 2.
What is that?
It's the sequel to Girls Frontline 1.
Oh, that's cool. I see.
Yeah, this game it's an SRPG, and I don't know. I saw it on Twitter and I was thinking about covering it further because our readers seem to be into it. And so I've been playing it every day since launch. It's been out for about 9 days now, and I know that because of the daily logins. But anyway, I have no idea what's going on. I'm honestly being so open every night, logging in and playing for like maybe 30 minutes to an hour, trying to figure out what actually people like about mobile games.
Yeah.
And I'm coming in with an open mind. I play Pokemon Go. I know that style of mobile game.
Yeah.
But these gacha games are very particular in that I want to extend the question to our readers and listeners. Like, what keeps you playing these games when it seems like everything is for characters? Like
I think
saw
that's what does it. The characters. I think it's like because like I played a lot of One Piece Treasure Cruise on the phone, and I would be pulled in because I go, oh, there's a new Katakuri. He has cool art, and I wouldn't really spend money, but I'd save all my gems or whatever, and I'd be like, oh, now I can get Gear 5 Luffy. So I think at least with an established franchise, it's like that. And then with not established stuff, I think it's probably the rarity where you're like, oh, no one has this, combined with, I'm assuming in the game you're talking about, I'm sure there's lots of photos of attractive anime women. Yeah. So I'm sure that goes a long way too.
Some more attractive than others.
Yeah. Next top 10 list, the Noisy Pixel.
Yeah, the most attractive Girls Frontline 2 characters. I see people putting down real money for this game too. I have not put any real money into it. I get enough pulls. I'm trying. I want to hit a groove where I'm like, oh shit, I know how to play mobile games now. But at this point, I really don't. And I'm willing to accept that. I'm trying. I'm trying.
You're giving it a go. That's all you can do.
Well, dude, you have you played Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis or whatever?
Played a little bit of it. Yeah.
That game is getting nuts.
Is it?
The story in the Final Fantasy VII like first soldier area?
Yeah, I played that too.
Dude, they're going into some Final Fantasy VII lore right now with young Sephiroth.
I saw that cool CG scene of him fighting.
dude, and he has like the ribbon on his his blade. Was
Masamune.
it Masamune? Yeah. Oh fuck, dude. Nuts.
That's great. Yeah.
They talk about how Genova is messing with Sephiroth's mind. So you see Sephiroth with Angel and like going on missions, but like having the same side effects that say like Cloud was having during
That's
his
neat. Yeah.
like
Where he's like, oh.
yeah. Yeah. What's her name? Lucrecia. Like you see the scenes where Genova is making is pretending to be Lucrecia and making like Sephiroth call her mom, and there's this new girl Alyssa that looks just like Lucrecia, but it's not, dude. It's fucking nuts.
Lore.
It's fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts.
If you told 12-year-old Spencer there'd be this much lore to add into Final Fantasy, I'd flip.
Yeah, it goes deep, and it answers like questions I never had, but like I'm glad that I know them now. Like just having that context of like knowing Sephiroth struggled at one point is so nice. Is so nice to know. Like you're right. Young Azario and Spencer would just love to know that about
just the snippets in Crisis Core of like nice Sephiroth. I was like, wow, this is so cool back in the day. So like now all this shit, it's like, holy moly.
Yeah, like, oh my god, I'm working with Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Fuck. So good. So good. So yeah, I'm playing through Girls Frontline too, but
nice.
It's good. I'm glad you beat Outlaws.
I am too. I started the Silent Hill 2 remake.
Oh, nice.
Quite good so far. I like the original, so that's cool.
IGN Japan gave it a Game of the Year.
Wow, that's pretty big, especially because like Bloober did it, and people weren't sure about Bloober, but they so far it seems they've done a good job. I've never played another Bloober. Oh, I played some of the Blair Witch. That was fun. I like that.
Yeah, people are really mean to them for some reason. I don't know if they pissed off the gaming community or something, but I don't follow.
So far, they're cool with me.
Yeah, I'm like down. Layers of Fear was fine. I did.
Like, all I know about Layers of Fear is that Germa clip where the little kid runs into the wall and then
that's scary.
That was very funny.
Oh wait. There's a scary one where you're in a hall and the baby like runs.
Yeah, it was that, but like it was the way it was laid out was so funny. He was stuck in like a loop and it kept happening.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was very funny. Yeah, but that's all I know about that. But I played the Blair Witch game and I liked that. That was an interesting game. Yeah, and then I'm enjoying Silent Hill 2.
I played the Blair Witch in VR. That's one of the few VR games that I played, and it was a game.
Hell yeah!
I don't really like VR.
There's one more thing I might be able to talk about, but on air, I'm checking an embargo so that I can see if I can talk about it.
While you're looking up that, I'll talk about something that's coming out in 20 minutes now.
Yes.
I got to play the Hidden Ones, an upcoming Tencent published like a PC mobile game. And so I was at an event on Sunday in LA. Well, it was Sunday to Monday. The event was on Monday, but I got there on Sunday. And I was talking to some of the writers, the other journalists, the writers that were there. There's a couple content creators, but we're just talking, like you don't know these people, so you try to keep the conversation as light as possible. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I mentioned, oh yeah, the Sonic 3 movie's coming out, but I've never. Okay, I was like, I've never seen any of the other ones, and I was like, actually, I've never seen the Super Mario Brothers movies, and I made the mistake of saying, it just feels weird. It just always seemed weird to me that I'm 35 and watching these movies for kids, and this guy who was clearly older than me said, well, Sonic 1 and 2 are really great movies. And then he went on to explain to me how they are really great movies.
Hell yeah. Fight the fight, brother.
I was like, fuck, why did I open up this can? Like, you don't have to explain to me why Sonic is cool. I get it. I know.
That rocks.
He really felt the need to one, admit that he's watched the 2 movies, but to like defend, like he didn't have to defend it, but it was very adorable the way that he approached.
We'd get along.
The Sonic defending. I've never seen the movies though. I don't know. I don't think I don't.
As they go. Like the first one's
you
fine.
Say that.
Second one's great. Third one, everyone says rocks. I want to see it tomorrow. I hope.
Yeah, I know what happens though.
Who cares? It's still cool. Sonic runs fast. Shadow runs fast, but seeing him run fast is still badass.
I don't think. Okay, so I think Sonic will be an eventual movie that I watch. I don't think I'll ever watch the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, it's okay. It's nothing amazing. I saw it in theaters. So my friends and I all went. We were like, let's go see the Mario movie.
And then did you dress up?
Like, no, but we were all like, we came out of it and we were like, that could have been so much worse. So we were all like, it's no Sonic, like but
a jump high five.
We went, woohoo, clap, whippy.
I would be
as a veteran of the Sega Nintendo Wars on the Sega side, I'm not going to act like the Mario movie's great when the Sonic movies are great. So
yeah, I think nostalgia is getting taking its control on everybody, where they're making you think things like the Mario Brothers movie, the first one, was good.
It's bad, but it's entertaining. It is a fascinating movie to watch. I
kind of remember liking it as a kid.
It has a lot of charm. It's very strange, but it has a lot of weird charm to it.
There was always like the characters like the John Leguizamo plays his character that he played Luigi. There's also like cartoon characters like Mad Max and just like cool characters that I remember seeing and being like, oh, I want to be like that guy. And Luigi, John Leguizamo's Luigi was like, oh fuck, that guy's
was
cool.
Your Black Panther.
Yeah,
you were like Luigi forever.
I just like the kind of hip style that he brought to it. It was very like punk.
Your mama's Luigi.
Yeah, it was very like, I don't know. I kind of, I mean, I expressed that personality trait already to me now, so you could probably see that those are the people that I looked up to. But typically the people that I thought were cool in movies were either guys like that, characters like that, or like the bullies that were just like
you're like Biff Tannen.
He's misunderstood.
Biff Tannen is not misunderstood.
Hey, I bet he didn't kiss his mom.
Well, Marty didn't want to. Marty wasn't feeling it. Listen, and you can also tell that I grew up going like, whoa, Marty McFly, Luke Skywalker, Aladdin, wow.
Marty McFly was pretty cool.
Marty McFly rocks. I have
Marty McFly was pretty cool. Yeah, Ghostbusters, cool to me.
Yeah, Egon. Egon's number one.
Yeah, Bill Murray. Like I would always want to. I could be him. I could see myself as him. But that's what that's the character that I'm talking about. Is like that Bill Murray character where like kind of rude, but you like him.
I like the Egon. I was like, he's intelligent and
he's so smart.
He's so smart. I want to be like that. I want to know more about ghosts.
We have stuff to talk about though.
True. Real quick though, I did check the embargo and we're good.
Oh shit. Yeah. What is it?
I've been playing Alien Rogue Incursion on my PSVR2. Oh, it's really scary. It's really scary to play an Alien game in VR.
Are you in VR? Do you feel immersed?
Yeah, I barely ever got to use my PSVR2, but every time I do, I'm like, this rocks. This is so sick. It's so scary. It's like you really do feel like you're just warped into space, and it's really dark, and you hear with like the 3D audio and shit the xenomorphs, and they pop out, and like every time I yell out like, oh shit, oh whoa. And like I'm sure everyone in this house is like, what's happening?
What's the premise of that game? Like, what's your goal?
You're at the beginning you're trying to find people on this planet, and there's xenomorphs, and you're looking for these people, but you keep getting stuck. It's like Metroidvania-esque in terms of like, oh, you need to find a key, you need to find this, and the whole time you're being like hunted by xenomorphs but there's panic rooms you can go to that are save rooms, and you have different weapons. But I don't know, something about, I can play scary games and watch scary movies all day long, but the second they're like this close to me, and like I can't like look away peripherally, even though I don't even look away in horror movies, so I don't know. But the fact that like I don't know, it does trick your brain into being like, this is real. There's real xenomorphs trying to kill me.
Yeah, I hate whenever I have played VR and I take them off and it's night to day.
Yeah,
and like that
you're
that
like,
always
the
freaks
real
me
world.
out. When is this? Is this a review that you're playing?
Yeah, I haven't written the review yet because I was going to play this weekend, but with the holidays, I had both family holiday things in a row each day. So I've only been starting lately. And that review will probably be up end of this week, early next week. But so far, it's impressive. It feels like not a tech demo. It feels like an actual game on VR, which is always a positive, especially with something like Alien. It takes place between 1 and 2. So it's neat. It really is like very freaky though. Is
it skill based? Is it?
Like you have to like go like this to pull out your machine gun.
Oh fuck yeah!
And then like you have to put your hand here, or else it goes flying upwards when you shoot. Which took me a minute to figure out, because I was like, why is this so crazy? I was like, oh, it told me literally to hold it. Or you like go to your waist for your pistol, and you go like here and inject health. It's really cool. But it's really frightening.
No, that's super cool. Have you died?
I have not died, but I've gotten really close. And part of it, I haven't died, is I'm super cautious. The second I hear like,
yeah,
and I like pull out the gun.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Already. But no, it's an interesting game. I'm hoping more games like that come to PSVR2, because I want to play Half-Life Alyx, and no one has that damn adapter. So
yeah, I don't foresee myself getting too deep into VR in the future. But if that's my holiday VR game by your recommendation, then that's it. I'm going to be watching Nosferatu on Christmas, so I feel like
I gotta see that. Yeah.
Oh, that's so insane that it's a Christmas movie. But if I just carry this horror kind of
a spooky Christmas,
a
frightening little Christmas,
spooky Christmas. Let's talk about the Game Awards. We were supposed to talk about it last week, but as Spencer mentioned, he had family issues.
Not issues.
Not issues.
There were issues. No,
family hangouts. Family.
I had lots of family shit going on for the holidays. So I
think I was doing something. I think I was doing something too.
I think you were just like you had a lot of work to do, and we couldn't nail down a time.
I guess we can say it on here. We're starting a newsletter, magazine, monthly thing for Noisy Pixel, and we'll talk more about it when the first issue is going to come out at the end of the month, and I'm really excited about it. It's
it looks great.
Yeah, we cover a lot of games on Noisy Pixel that not a lot of people do, and I'm trying to figure out ways to showcase that in more consumable means. Like, people don't like seeing ads every time they scroll through something, and this is, I don't know, I'm hoping that it turns into something more, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's talk about the Game Awards.
Let's do it.
The stage is set. Jeff Keighley walks out.
The Muppets are up.
The lights go down. The lights dim. Spotlight on Jeff, and he says, "You're welcome," to the crowd.
He says, "What can I say except you're welcome?" And then he shows the newest games.
Him and Sam Lake break out, and it was okay. Just a show. Just as a show, what would you say?
I would say it was a little bit front loaded, but overall it was fine. There was no like Schick Hydro Man moment. There was nothing where I was like, ugh, this sucks. There was a couple like awards where I was like, that's not what I would have guessed. But,
the Harrison Ford thing was weird.
Man. That was like, my friend and I were both like, oh, he's old. It was like a weird moment poor man.
on top of that, though, they like kind of messed up the I don't know, they kind of messed up his prompter too. It was just and the award that he gave out was like a voice actor award
the
or something.
performer, I think.
Like, come on, he's fucking Harrison Ford. Like, give him a bit. Don't have that man. He doesn't need to get out of.
Yeah, he doesn't need to give an award. He can just come out and be like, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was cool. Anyway, see you later. Like, you didn't need to. You need to make him do that. That poor man.
Yeah, it's but maybe he gets residuals from Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
That's true. That might be true.
He needs to make that a couple dollars back from that game, but everyone's buying it on Game Pass, so I don't know if they have like firm numbers on.
Oh, it's on Game Pass. Yeah, that'll do it.
I reviewed it. It's a game. I'm
excited for it to come to PlayStation. I'm looking forward to it.
I think you're gonna have a fun time in it with it, especially after all of the updates and how they fix.
Yeah, the Outlaws experience of
the Outlaw experience. I like that.
I can now play the optimal version and have no idea what critics were talking about.
Okay, so let's get into the announcements. I would say that the show was okay. Couple weird stuff, interactions, but it's cringy. It's gaming, you know. When you talk for a living, sooner or later you're gonna say something that doesn't hit, you know, and
you gotta be able to bomb to learn what works, you know.
Ooh, yes. Mm-hmm. So on that, announcements time. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is the name. This is not by Koei Tecmo proper. Ninja Theory or
Team Ninja.
Team Ninja. Sorry, that's Setsuna people.
Yeah, all good.
Team Ninja. It's made by the Blasphemous guys. Yeah,
you can tell visually.
Yeah, I think it works.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
The key art is made by David, who does a lot of key art. He does some art for us. He's going to be doing some more stuff for us in 2025. So it's always nice to see like him, I don't know, putting out stuff in these cool games, you know, working on these cool projects. And then you just talk to him on the side like
that is cool.
We're normal
people.
To
see cool people succeed. You go,
yeah. I'm rooting for all of these people, and I don't know. Blasphemous is a dope game. I don't know if Ninja Gaiden translates to the Souls-like genre too much. I would want it to stay away from that.
Yeah, you know? Just because like the speed of Ninja Gaiden feels like it's contradicts the over.
Ninja Gaiden needs to be a little arcadey. It has to be challenging and very skill based, but there also has to be that level of arcade disbelief. It's you're not. This isn't reality. This isn't a Neo. This isn't
throwing out Ninpo and hopping and flying, swallowing and like there's got to be some silliness.
Moving around super fast, and I think I don't know. I'm excited to see what
excited to see. It does look like a cool throwback kind of to.
And if this leads to more, that's what I want.
That'd be nice.
That's what I want. I'd even say looking at what Omega Force is kind of doing with Dynasty Warriors Origins, I would say the whole of Koei Tecmo for what it looks like they're aiming for in 2025 seems to be a lot different than what we're used to. They got out Fairy Tail 2, but they didn't say shit about it. It just came and went. But
I noticed that.
But it seems like their 2025 lineup is like they're trying to redefine themselves. It seems, especially with Origins, especially with this, it seems like they're in a moment of revival, and I'm excited to see what there's no excuses, it's not we're not COVID, it's not like, oh shit, this started development during COVID, like
Yeah.
that's why we saw all those remakes and remasters and all this shit, because that was already readily available to
Yeah.
these companies. So there's no excuses anymore. Like, these teams need to stop developing for PS4 and Switch,
Yeah. Oh man.
and they absolutely need to, like Fairy Tale 2 was developed for Switch, and
Yeah.
that I think that really hurt any notable difference in the first and second one. I don't know. It just sucks. But
It was a
I
PS5
digress.
Pro when barely anything has been PS5 exclusive. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
This generation feels like a wash in a way, because it's just
Yeah.
like nothing was developed for it.
And then you eat your words, because even something like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is revealed and during the Game Awards they announced that Rebirth was going to get a PC release
Yeah.
next year, and they show the screenshots compared to PS5 Pro, and it's like, fuck. Why did I even buy a Pro if you're saying, hey, get this graphical upgrade? Oh, but the
Yeah.
PC is gonna be better a few months later, you asshole. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That kind of sucked.
This console generation is weird. It's in a weird spot of like, it can't get that much higher visually, but but they're still trying. So it's, I don't know. It's very odd.
I think I don't give a shit about graphics. I'll tell you that right now.
I agree. Yeah.
I care about load times.
I care about load times, and for graphics, I'll take a nice style over like vivid realism any day.
Yeah.
I'll take a cartoony look any day.
Yeah. Dude, playing through Soul Reaver Remastered was like a fucking godsend. Even Shadows of the Damned. I was considering putting Shadows of the Damned Hella Remastered on my top 5.
Wow.
Just because I want my top 5 to be games that I personally look fondly on. And that's one game that I'm like, fuck, I'm really happy I played that this year.
Yeah. It was a nice little change up.
So much fun to play. But yeah, I don't give a shit about graphics.
Yeah, same.
Did you see the trailer for a new Pac-Man adventure game called Shadow Labyrinth?
Looks very weird. Very bizarre.
Oh, man. Yeah, we said, I feel like this year we've said make smaller projects.
Yeah. And this is a smaller project. And you know what? I'll never say it's like a bad thing that it looks weird. It sure looks strange, but like, try strange. You like, again, you gotta bomb sometimes if you're trying new things. So yeah, I don't know. I'm curious for sure.
Yeah, it looks fine.
As long as it's not like Bomberman Act Zero shit, then we're good.
Yeah, they're really stretching it though with what they could do with Pac-Man. I think.
Yeah.
I think you could have just left it, Yeah,
because until like the end, you're like, oh, Pac-Man?
Do we need Pac-Man?
Yeah.
Like, maybe we do. Maybe gaming needs Pac-Man.
It's because like it's the icon of like my parents' generation of like my dad was like, oh, we went to a hotel when I was a kid. And he was like, whoa, Miss Pac-Man, I'm good at this, and he doesn't play games, so he's like their Mario or Sonic, where it's like, oh, I know that. So
my dad loves.
It's good to have.
My dad really loves showing off playing Galaga. He's really good at Galaga.
Hell yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Those old Namco games.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it too. I'll tell you, like, it's pretty good. Miss Pac-Man is something I like to show off too, because I'm oddly good at that game as well.
Yeah,
and it's because I had one of those collections as a kid.
Yeah, but I had a Sega collection, and so I was good at like Golden Axe and Altered Beast, like all these games where it's just like random shit, 100%.
They didn't used to like do stuff too much with those back then either. They would just put them all on a PS2 disc, right? And like say, here's eight Sonic games that you can play for $20.
I had the Sega Smash Pack on my Dreamcast, and I got to play all the Revenge of Shinobi, Shining Force 1.
Sorry. Let's get back to the Game Awards. We had developer Slow Cap, or Slow Clap. They developed Sifu. I don't know. They announced a rematch soccer game. Seems like it's like the Mario Strikers a little bit.
Yeah. I'm not big on sports games, but arcadey ones are always more fun.
Yeah. Like what's that car one? That stupid cars and the ball.
Oh,
Carmageddon. Rocket League.
Yeah.
The spiritual successor to Carmageddon.
Yeah. I saw where you were going with it. I was like, okay.
I'm just a hipster. I'm just a hipster.
Yeah. What was that game that was similar to Chrono Trigger? Ah, yes. Sea of Stars. Yes. It was similar to Chrono Trigger. Yes.
It looked fine.
Yeah.
It looked fine. Rematch. They have a beta. Go pre-register. Some game that was announced that caused a stir. We'll call it a stir. The Witcher 4?
I have no clue why the fuck that started a stir. One of the main characters from the games is now the main character after most of the endings of the third game suggested she would be the main character. It's nonsense. It's
I tried to form this in a tweet because honestly, I didn't. After the Game Awards, I did not check Twitter for like 3 days.
Smart.
My personal Twitter. So when I checked it on Sunday, I'm like, holy shit! Like people are just like mad that what was her name, Siri, that she's the lead. But I was like, Geralt was the reason I never fucking played The Witcher because I had to play as a dude. I'm gonna play fucking 80 hours.
I have a statue of him.
I don't want to play 80 hours looking at some guy's ass while running around.
He's not wearing assless chaps.
And then I have to mac on these women, and it's just
I hate macking.
It's the worst. The absolute worst.
Oh man!
But now I'm more interested in the Witcher franchise. Lo and behold,
it takes all sorts.
All they had to do was make a female main lead.
I'm completely fine. Like I love The Witcher 3. It made me read some of the books, and I own all of them. They're back there.
I will say the reason I never played The Witcher 3 is because I'm a hipster, though. Yeah. That it has a little to do with the male female thing, but also because it got so it got so big that I was like, I don't need to play it.
Yeah, I would recommend. It's a really good, like I know everyone said it's the best game ever made. It's actually genuinely a great game. It's so cool.
You read the books too?
I've read 2 of them, and I have the rest of them. I need to get back to it. But I did that after the games because I was like, wow, this world's cool. Geralt's cool. Ciri's cool. Yennefer's cool. So, I mean, I'm excited. I know aren't they also doing a Witcher 1 remake? CD Projekt Red. So like
they were supposed to. That was like announced a while ago, was it?
Yeah, that was announced a long time. So Witcher 1 and 4. You know what? That's cool. I'm excited.
Maybe I'll start from 1. Yeah. Maybe I'll start from 1 and I'll just make my way through the adventure.
Yeah, because 1 and 2 are like old now. Yeah. So it's tough to go back. So
how old are they? Is it like Mist old or like
2011, like 2010?
Okay.
Maybe older.
Not like PC, early 90s PC. I just know like when I
2007. So
like when I played Fallout 3 for the first time, I had no idea what the previous Fallouts were like. And then like I see that it's a series that has escaped me my entire life. And I imagine that was like what The Witcher was like.
That's fair. I recommend to anyone in that position, go back to, I played Fallout 1 this year. I think it was during our podcast break, so I never talked about it. But Witcher 1 or Fallout 1 fucking rocks. Great game. I highly recommend. It's a game where I was able to convince the main villain that he sucked and he should kill himself, and he did.
Oh,
that's insane role playing. That's crazy.
Your little mind games, huh?
Yeah, I walked up. I was like, "Your plan failed." He's like, "What?" I was like, "Here's proof. You suck, dude." And he was like, "Oh my god." I was like, "You should probably just die." And he's like, "That's so true." It's like that worked.
That's all I had to do.
It's cool. Like, there's so many moments like that, just goofy shit. I highly recommend. But yeah.
So I'm if we were yaying naying, I'm a yay for The Witcher 4.
I'm a
I think
big yay. Yeah.
I don't understand why people are upset about this.
I think just to be upset.
Yeah, it's just fun now, I think. Elden Ring standalone called Night Rain.
Yeah.
It's a 3-player co-op game coming in 2025. You know what? This screams cash grab.
I was going to say it screams, I can have a friend carry me through a Souls game.
Right.
Since it's co-op.
Because right.
I've never synced enough to be really good at them. So
yeah, you know, I just feel like they're like, oh, we have all these assets. We need to make our money back. We didn't make enough money. Let's do a co-op. Let's
my
use
friend
these.
was stoked. He's a big Souls guy, and he was like, that's a boss from Dark Souls 3. Is this gonna do this and this in the story? And I was like, oh, okay.
Mark was freaking out too when we were watching the show live. He was like, yes, and I was like, I know nothing about this.
He guessed it from like the water. He was like, this is a FromSoft game. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? You're psycho.
I'm excited.
I'll check it out. I still need to play Elden Ring. I own it, but I never got around to it.
I bought it to get prepared for the DLC, but I still suck at it.
I just need to I probably talked about it before. I need to synchronize with Souls games better. Like I always play them, and I feel like I never get fully into the flow. You know, when you come back to a game that you played half of, and you're like, "What the fuck am I doing?" Yeah, I always feel like that. So I feel like if I can just break that seal and get 100% into it. The farthest I got in one was Demon Souls when I reviewed it, and it was great. But I feel like I just need to sit down and be like, okay, I'm playing Bloodborne no matter what, and then just go all in.
I feel like Bloodborne's the one that I put the most time into.
It seems the coolest visually.
Yeah, it's definitely the coolest
aesthetically.
Next on the announcements, The Outer Worlds 2.
That was another break game. During the break, I played that.
It's a good game. It's a good game.
It was good. I liked it.
I liked the DLC. I liked the freedom. I liked that DLC where it's kind of like a mystery,
the hotel.
Yeah, that was fun. It was fun. Yeah. Good game. Really good writing.
Good writing. I'm looking forward to the second one.
I'm looking forward to it now that Obsidian has some dollars.
Yeah, that'll be very nice.
Yeah,
maybe after this they give Obsidian to do a little new Fallout game.
Maybe
that'd be nice.
We got another announcement from Bandai for Clive Rossfield joining Tekken 8. Meh.
Everyone wanted Tifa, but they picked Clive. But that's still cool.
Kind of a bummer summer.
He should be, if Soul Calibur was still a thing, he should be in that because he has a big sword. And then they should have put Tifa in Tekken, but
yeah, it is definitely. He's definitely a Soul Calibur character.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. He doesn't scream Tekken. You're absolutely right saying that. I definitely agree. Randy Pitchford came out on stage and did a little dance. Did some magic. Made a little love.
Got down tonight.
And then he announced Borderlands 4.
Snorterland's Boar.
Oh, I was like, when is this gonna be over? When is this man gonna stop talking?
I said, this is pee break time.
Yeah. I never played Borderlands.
I played 2 and Tales. Tales was good. 2 was okay, but they were both. The thing is, the world and characters are really annoying. They all talk in 2012 memes. It's like 2 had some okay parts. And Tales was actually good. And then I tried pre-sequel, and I was like, this writing is killing me. So I never played number 1.
I think that's what happened to Tiny Tina. They don't know who they're writing for anymore.
No. I mean, they don't know a big group that loves it, so maybe them. But
do they love the games, or do they love, just the worlds? I think
they love the looter shooter aspect.
I feel and when role players really get into those defined roles, they do go a little hard. I know some overly I don't know, theatrical Borderlands fans.
Okay.
they're not always that fun to hang around with. Like,
They're like GTA role players. They're like way too serious
yeah,
about it.
yeah. Are the I don't know, they take it very seriously. But the the thing about Borderlands 4 is you cannot just do what you've already did because the looter shooter genre has evolved
It's so populated.
significantly um from what it was. And if they do like a Shenmue 3 where they make it a direct fucking sequel from Shenmue 2, like I feel like that will be the end of the whatever Borderlands is trying to do. Like you need to evolve. You can still do unique things. You can still do what you do best in class, but you need to have those systems match the expectations of gamers that love that today. It's a balancing act, and I would never know what to start with that kind of game development. I would never know where to start.
It'd be challenging.
I'm at awe to the people who can do it.
I will say I love Shenmue 3, so I'm an outlier, but
I'm more saying for the Shenmue 3, like it just did they.
It's like a lost Dreamcast game.
Yeah, and love it or hate it for it, you know. It's a fine game as a game. Virtua Fighter returns for a new project. Man, I guess Sega's gonna enter the fighting game space. It's lucrative right now.
It is.
Fighters are back.
They are. Speaking of, when it first showed like the bird on the wire, and it was like Ryuga Goto, I was like, Shenmue 4 by Ryuga Gotoku Studio for like 1 second. I thought that my heart was a flutter, and then it was Virtua Fighter, and I was like, okay, that's fine. Put Rio in it. Yeah,
dude. Like, I want more 3D fighters. I need more like Tekken fighters because that space is.
It's all anime fighters.
Yeah, there's no Soul Calibur on the horizon.
I really wish there was.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, again, I don't know. I just think that the creativity aspect of these games on paper, they can probably pitch them, but these studios are looking for a return. They need to know that they're making their money back now, and I think they're just getting more and more picky.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And speaking of that, I think is the perfect time to announce a new Onimusha is on its way.
Yeah, that was neat.
Very cool. That was like one of the first Xbox.
Their old stuff.
That was one of the first Xbox games that I've ever played. I think it was like exclusive when it first came out, right? It was like an Xbox.
It was like a big deal.
Very cool. I mean, that and like, wow, we're eating so good with like Devil May Cry and like Onimusha. I don't know when I fell off on it though. Like, I think it was when they brought that French actor in, and I was like, oh, I know him from the movies. And
like, that's not an Onimusha, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It did fall. I did fall off of it. So if the sales stopped, it was probably my fault.
Yeah, you were the one that tipped the balance of the scale.
Yeah.
Once you were off, they were like, no more Onimusha.
Did you ever get into it?
I played them a little bit, but I mostly knew from like Tatsunoko vs. Capcom had a character from it.
Oh yeah.
Mostly stuff like that, where I always wanted to get deeper into it, but never had the opportunity. I played my big PS2 Capcom game was Beautiful Joe. That was my
never gonna see another one of those.
Never gonna see another one of those. Although Clover's back.
Clover's is back. Yes.
Clover's back.
We'll get it. Let's fuck it. Fuck it. No, let's get there now. Clover's came out. Hideki Kamiya came out in Okami sequel. His new development studio. So Clover's that's kind of just the same name as his other studio, Clover. Right?
Yeah, Clover. From Clover to Clover's.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Beautiful Joe. Maybe.
What an interesting turn of events. The great thing about so Tokyo Games kind of did it with the Danganronpa team, where they just said, "See you later, Spike Chunsoft. We're going to start our own studio." But I learned that these new studios, they don't actually develop the games in house. They outsource development to other developers, and then they just kind of talk. You know, they'll write the scenarios but it's a whole like ecosystem. I think Clover's is actually also a development studio, though.
Yeah, isn't it like a branch of Capcom again?
I do believe that they have their own in-house development team that if you can get your team all on the same page of like using, and this is why Halo's using Unreal 5 now, because there's a shit ton of Halo 5 or Unreal 5 developers out there. But if you can get all your development team on the same wavelengths, God, you're gonna get some great games.
Yeah,
you can get some creative
Clover's
fucking games.
Very creative. So,
Yep.
maybe
People are talking shit on Platinum Games like closing down or something. Like people are saying that, they're saying that they're in trouble right now, especially with this Okami thing, and just like I think there's a sequel to Astral Chain in development, but not. And I'm thinking like, no, Platinum Games is gonna be fine.
They'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Platinum's always like back and forth kind of between like an okay game and a great game. So they'll put out another banger and then it'll all be back to normal.
I can only imagine they're just contracting a bunch of little projects.
Yeah, I would say probably because they've done that before. They did like a Korra or Avatar game once and stuff like that in between their big stuff. Like,
yeah,
makes sense.
We got you back, Platinum. Don't worry.
We got you.
Start working with Clovers on Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful Joe and God Hand, please.
New Wonderful 101. Put it out there.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Did you watch the trailer for Mafia: The Old Country?
I did. I liked I've only played Mafia 1 Definitive, and that was great.
So fun.
I have 2 and 3, I think. I should play them. But
dude, do it. Do it.
Cool.
It's an incredible. It reminds me of like the. I said it earlier. The Driver series. Like it reminds me of like story. It's story based, like GTA kind of, but a little more grounded, I think.
Yeah, less like satire, more like down to earth.
Yeah, I still like my games to feel like a video game, and GTA 5 for me, 4? GTA 5 didn't feel like a video game to me. Felt a little like maybe queasy
TV
sometimes.
Show.
Yeah. This one just looks fun, and you're right. That's when I first experienced all 3 of them back to back. Was the definitive edition?
Yeah,
and it was fun.
Yeah, I should get to 2 and 3 at some point because I quite enjoyed 1.
One of the biggest announcements, I think, how they ended the entire show, kind of. Naughty Dog revealed Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet.
It's crazy that they kept that under wraps.
It's not Jack and Dexter, but
it's true. But nothing ever will be.
I was kind of hoping that she would land on the planet or go to the planet and she would jump down and be like, wait
a minute, and there'd be like super stylistic Jack and Dexter. Like,
this is a little too serious.
Jack, who's that? That'd be a cool moment. But
and Jack's just silent protag.
Yeah, Jack's back to Jack 1. Jack is like, and then she trips on a precursor orb, and ooh.
It wasn't. I love that you just said precursor orb. By the way, I thought it looked cool. I thought the trailer was a little weird.
It was just like the cinematic reveal trailer that you always get.
Yeah, and it was like Akira, like the entire trailer was like
ads.
Like it was like scenes from it was like 1-to-1 with some of the scenes from Akira, and so that's a cool nod. I don't know about Neil Druckmann though. That's it. Yeah. I saw Kumail Nanjiani in it, and I'm tired of actors being in games. Yeah, like he's a good actor and everything. I'm nothing against him. I just like it was like with Death Stranding where I was like, that's just Norman Reedus. That's just Lea Seydoux. I can't like games. Everything's more like mocap now, so I'm able to just be like, oh, that's just that actor. But like, I would like to not immediately recognize Dude, it was
everyone.
like, yeah, they didn't even like say anything of him. He was kind of just in the background too.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I had lunch next to that guy in LA once. Like, and we talked
Wow.
about, yeah, it was just at a this place called Veggie Grill. I was eating and he was sitting in the booth next to me and I was like, oh, are you from Silicon Valley? And he's like, yeah. And we just talked for like 10 seconds and then we ate our food. But
Hell
the
yeah.
fact that I've even seen him in real life and seeing him there, it's like,
In a Naughty
is
Dog
this a
game.
game? It's a fucking video game?
Yeah. I mean, like, otherwise it looks fine. Like, I'm happy Naughty Dog's doing something new instead of remastering Last of Us 1 again.
Yeah, an action game at that. Like, it looks like it's going to be like Jack and Dexter, like action. And I can only hope that they lean into that a little more. Like, tell a light story, guys. Like,
yeah, be a bit more fun. Like, Uncharted's so fun.
Yeah,
I suppose because it's like pulpy, but it's fun.
Amy Henning, love you. Love you.
Amy. Love you, Amy.
Soul Reaver, playing Soul Reaver, and just like with the context that, like, playing it as a kid, I wrote this in my review, but playing it as a kid, didn't know a word about aiming, didn't know who aiming was, but now playing it with that context, so nice.
You're like,
yeah, like I feel close. Like I feel like I understand. I don't know. I think Naughty Dog fucked up by not keeping her in their.
Amy, I wish Star Wars 1313 came out. I wish I could have experienced that. Yeah, she's great. I'm optimistically curious about this game though. I think it should be neat. And again, I'm just happy they're doing something new.
Oh yeah, but what you were saying before, it does look fun. Like the game does look like it doesn't take itself too seriously with the eye rolls and the product placement.
It's not Forspoken.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. I don't know. We haven't seen much of it. I'm not. I'm holding my my judgments.
Yeah,
I guess.
We really haven't seen enough to like judge beyond like, oh, I'm interested. That looks interesting. Fine. Like.
And with that, we closed out the show.
Extra long show to make up for last week for all you.
There you go. That's for the real ones. But we have a lot of fun stuff coming to the website and to just Noisy Pixel in general. If things continue to be positive, which fingers crossed they are, but yeah, I don't know if we're going to do another episode before the end of the year.
Oh yeah, because next week is Christmas.
Yeah, we kind of take the industry kind of takes 2 weeks off during this time. Everyone just takes the vacation, so I think we will too.
Oh yeah, Christmas and then New Year's Day. So yeah, probably not until the 8th.
Yeah, unless we get freaky or something and want to really miss each other, but I don't see that happening.
We'll just message each other.
Yeah. Well, actually, we are gonna have an Ace Bonanza special on the YouTube channel. We are gonna put that up, so that's gonna be fun to.
All you people who forget to look at the videos when I plug them, soon it'll come up in your subscription box.
It'll be right there in front of your fucking faces.
We'll have to fucking watch it.
Well, everyone have a great holiday and Happy New Year. And
Happy New Year's.
Thank you for everything.
Sleep tight, everyone.
Bye. Noisy Pixel.